Hello, travelers. Again, I don't know if I don't know if we're there yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Welcome back to another episode of The Last of Us. We are back with season 2, episode 2. A few minutes shorter than the first one, but we're about to be there's 7 episodes in season 2, so we're going. I don't know if this will be the last one in Jackson or not. Speaking of which, I do have to apologize / give a disclaimer. So, in my excitement in the last episode, a lot of people appreciated this, but also I know that definitely some of you out there probably did not. All right, if you're watching me watch through this, I'm gonna be upfront. I'm gonna be upfront. I'm gonna talk heavily about the game because a big part of this for me as a fan of Last of Us, for me, it's impossible. Or I don't know if impossible. My preference for watching this show, this adaptation, is to make ongoing active comparisons to its source material. So I do apologize if I misled anybody. That is completely on me. If you want to see the game first and then come back with me, I do have a whole playthrough on YouTube, which, by the way, the amount of comments that I've seen pop up on my not just my recent playthrough, my OG virgin playthrough of The Last of Us Part 2. Good luck. I appreciate you guys and gals, the real ones, for sticking it out, because that was 30 hours of which you watched me play through and experience that game. Props and credit. Thank you very much for the support. But yeah, so I'm excited to get into the show. I enjoyed the first episode. I definitely didn't think it was perfect. I kind of made my opinion clear. I'm not going to get into a full recap, but I will say that I'm enjoying it. I think it's still doing a really good job of adapting the source material. I have some reservations, but I am willing to, I'm going to hear them out. I'm going to let them cook. I'm going to let Craig Mazin and Druckmann and all the other directors and writers show me how they're going to proceed. On YouTube, these are, of course, free to access, but heavily edited. That's why it's a smaller window. It's why it's transparent. It's heavily edited. If you want access to my full, uncut, uncensored reaction with HD video accompaniment, patreon.com/MovieMan101. That's where all my reaction, my entire library is there, by the way, including movie reactions, couples reactions with my gal pal, that somehow she tolerates me during those. I'm doing a raffle right now. I believe I announced it in the first episode. I'm pretty sure I did, but for season 2, basically, if you find the post, my Last of Us giveaway post on my Instagram, which is at MovieMan101Pro, like that post, make sure you're following. Help me, I'm trying to get the social media numbers up, of course, benefits me. What benefits you? I will choose a winner at random from the ones that are liked the post and are following me. I'll choose a random winner and I will announce them in the season finale, and that person will win a full copy of season 2 once it becomes available, or in the format of their choice. So if they want physical or digital, it's up to you. Without further ado, we have Through the Valley. Abizzle for Rizzle, old Abby. She's might pick out a 9-iron. I don't know. I don't know how this episode's gonna go. I'm worried. Obviously, I don't know how the show is gonna handle all this. If you watched my previous episode, there are similarities, including right down to the exact scene and dialogue, but also there are some things that are being heavily rearranged and adapted in a different way. Technically still recording this on 420, so this isn't, wacky tobacco, but I'm prepared. Since I do not know what the future holds, I still have some of that. I mean, it's fine. I gotta listen to the companion podcast. I'll definitely watch the behind the scenes at the end of this. Previously on Last of Us. I like how everybody in the comments had talked about it. I think we're all in agreement that most likely we're going to get the porch scene just later. It's just going to be, I think, my prediction about circling back around to it later in this season, or perhaps another season or the end or what have you. But let's get this shit. Maybe we get some Eugene flashbacks this time around. No cold open. That is one thing I will say, because I'm already yapping right now, right? I've seen some comments. I think there were a couple for White Lotus where someone's like 90% yapping, 10% watching the show. If you don't like it, that's cool. Go watch XQC. I don't know what to tell you. Cold opens. One thing that I loved that the first season did, especially in those first 2, maybe 3 episodes, those first 2 episodes for sure, I loved the cold open, like even the flashback cold opens, opening the series with that 1970s talk show, opening season episode 2 with going to Jakarta where the outbreak first originated, and having the whole scene with the doctor and the scientist just Boom. I almost wish the show kept that format of doing those really well thought out, really well done cold opens. I miss that. Because that also, in terms of adaptation, this is already going to follow the same story as the game. So what better way to add to that adaptation? Flesh out more of the world and lore and story that we were aware of, or even like elements of it, and then create something new to kind of lead into the familiar. I would like to see more of that. Oh, Abby's dreams already. I love it. I mean, I feel bad for her, but now we get to like see and confirm it. I like how we're seeing Abby's dreams. Oh, but different. Ooh, future Abby. Oh, damn.
I don't know you. Don't go in there. Stop it. I'm telling you, go back.
The ghost of Christmas future.
His brains are on the floor.
Again, though.
You're lying.
I appreciate the divergence, but I don't like the lack of subtlety. But I'm not trying to tear this scene apart or anything. I appreciate this. Similar but different. Again, though, we don't even get to see his. Oh, that's right. This one's directed by Mark Mylod. For those of you that don't know Mark Mylod, I'll put up his IMDb and all that. Like, the most noteworthy thing to mention that he directed is, I believe it's the highest rated episode of Succession, which is Connor's wedding. I won't divulge what happens. You can watch my reaction for Succession in its entirety on my channel if you want. But Mark Mylod is a master behind the camera, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what he does with this. But now this is early in the game. See, this would make more sense if we just cut to her waking up in the ski lodge here. Ski lodge? Cabin?
St. Baldwin, please.
You been out?
Yeah, thought I was setting up a watch in case one of those patrols gets too close.
They just seem so young.
It did not look like that in the dark.
Now that we know what we're dealing with, we can come up with a plan. It's a city, Abs.
Also, cool note that I didn't realize until I saw the preview for this episode. I wanted to save it till this episode, but I don't recall her name. I'll pull it up real quick. But the actor who's playing Nora in this, I can see, I don't know if it was before, after, or because of this, or during or something, but Neil Druckmann must have taken a shine to her, because she's going to be the protagonist of Naughty Dog's latest IP, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophecy, which, by the way, I'm not one of the haters. I'm very excited for Intergalactic. I'm also like a self-admitted Naughty Dog fanboy. I love all the decisions they make usually.
It would be like a tent colony or something.
Oh, we knew they had lights.
Yeah, I thought they were from little generators like we use at the FOB.
Nope. We got full fucking power lines.
Forward operating
Isn't
base.
that great?
They've got 4 main gates, no other ins or outs, guard towers flanking each exit, mounted patrols, all heavily armed, overlapping routes.
And these guys are trained.
It's a whole village,
They've got some vets down there.
whole town.
And the dogs.
Fun note, for as clean and not disheveled as he looks, it is funny that old Owen here couldn't afford moose in the apocalypse this time around, I guess. Interesting how they're doing it this time, because in the game you just like wake up with these strangers and Owen like secretly shows you that they found what they're looking for before even talking with the group about it. Like, Abby wants to go like now, and Owen's like, no, we can't go now. And so Abby just like breaks off on her own and makes a beeline. They're all aware of it now, and now they're strategizing together. So maybe more development for the Salt Lake crew.
We still don't know where Joel is in there.
We ambush a patrol. We tie him up. Make him tell us where Joel is.
Make them.
Yeah, we said that we weren't gonna hurt anyone else, just
No.
Joel.
Relax. I'm not saying we would. I'm saying we
Calm down,
bluff.
Mel.
Scare him.
Okay.
You know?
If they don't talk.
At least the wardrobe's accurate
Yeah, it's not like we could let him go.
for her. What's going to be the cost of your vengeance, huh?
I do have the beginnings of an idea for a plan.
How many innocent
Maybe.
lives, Abby?
Just need some time. Have to let it crystallize.
But you're onto something.
Let my plan crystallize.
I had a god plan!
Now, I'm curious,
Take the next watch.
because Mel at this point is Pregante, right? And Owen and her are an item, but Owen and Abby have a past. So immediately, like, the fact that Abby's so buddy-buddy with Owen, with Mel in the room, I'm curious if that's still going to be the same love triangle relationship paradigm. These guys look like kids. I'm just saying, like, that's the biggest thing. I'm not criticizing the actors, by the way. I'm criticizing the choice of casting. Yeah, welcome. It's not Seattle, is it, sweetheart? I'm just surprised they decided to go with a younger cast. I'm not against it. I'm willing to hear them out. Gonna express our doubts now?
You don't actually have a plan, do you?
No, I do.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see Owen in profile, for some reason, my brain keeps telling me it's Cassie and Andor. Like, I keep thinking I'm seeing Andor.
The plan is to convince her to go back. Because if we don't, the only people getting killed out here are us.
Good luck with that. Well, we already know that doesn't go over well. Oh, he got the new guitar strings. Oh, and this is Jesse at the door.
Dang.
This is the Fateful Patrol. Oh no, this is gonna be the... Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me this is gonna be... Oh no.
Hey.
Hey,
Wow, you look like...
about last
Dude,
night.
what do you want?
I want you to fulfill your obligation to the community of Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
That was an Ellie delivery though.
8 a.m.
second
patrol.
ago.
I heard you had quite the night after I left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Say that.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She was high. She won't even remember it.
I was talking about some fight you had with Seth and Joel.
Mr. Bacon
You
Sandwiches.
kissed her.
No.
Wow, Ellie,
Oh.
come on. We've been broken up
I-
1 week and you made a move on her?
I didn't.
I'm kidding.
Seriously?
I don't care.
Dina, it didn't mean anything. She was probably just trying to make you jealous. It didn't mean anything. It didn't. I wouldn't do that.
I'm screwing with you, man. I already know. I don't care. Come on, get dressed. You gotta go.
Okay.
You're the worst.
It's kind of that you did that, though.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, I see what they're going for here then. Yeah. So again, it's just some restructuring and reordering of some certain things. So they had the patrol in the first episode to give you an idea of the characters and kind of how the patrols look. And then conversations you'd have in the one patrol you see in the game are in that initial patrol. But this is now in line with how part 2 is opening up, and now tonight is the Fateful Patrol. So
What's everyone doing?
I'm not ready.
Council put the town on alert. Last night, Kylie and Max found a pile of dead infected near 7 cabins. Frozen stiff.
Okay.
They didn't think anything of it till 30 live ones broke through from underneath the corpses.
Oh shit.
They're using their own dead like insulation.
Oh no.
They're okay.
Yeah, sprinted back on their horses, sent a squad out to clear the infected, but now we're thinking we don't know how many are underneath the snow.
Told you they was
Could be
organized.
30 more,
I told you they was organized.
could be 1,000 more.
1,000. Get the out of here.
Hey, you saw it.
Yes.
You saw it in
Serpentine
Pittsburgh.
Masquerade.
No offense, man. I'm gonna do my patrol with Joel.
Yes, offense, because that's the one person you've been avoiding like the plague.
Well, we're better now, okay?
That's
Oh.
one, because last night
Yeah, I know what happened last night.
I called it. I called it. We didn't see it, but she walked past and then she came back to have the conversation with Joel. 100% that's what happened. And that's why, yeah. God. So, talking about the game now, but just talk about, I'm glad they had that conversation. It's the one, but it's heartbreaking. Just given the context. Not
My shit
ready.
with Joel is complicated. I know that. From the outside, it probably looks really bad. It has been really bad. But I'm still me, he's still Joel, and nothing's ever gonna change that. Ever.
Oh.
So you can all stop talking about us, worrying about us, and thinking about us. All right?
So you two hash it out. All right.
New
Now,
di-
if you don't mind,
new
I'm
dialogue
gonna go on
trees
patrol
unlocked.
with him, like fucking daddy-daughter day. Okay? Okay.
He already went out.
What?
Oh, I was
With
about to
who?
say.
Dina left an hour ago. For what it's worth, he wanted to go with you, but he said we should let you sleep.
Oh,
Let's hit the restaurant.
I'm not hungry.
gotta go talk to
Neither am I,
Seth.
but Maria wants to talk to you.
Yeah,
And don't
Seth-
ask.
bro's got to apologize. Bacon sandwiches. They are. It's so. I'm so curious to see how interesting they are making some changes. I mean, obviously, I keep saying that broken record, but they are changing some things similar, but characters are in different spots. This is like a better version of that really game, the Walking Dead Destinies game, where like ultimately you're going down the same path, but different characters are doing different things.
Now, half y'all's hung over and want me to shut up, but I'm gonna go through this anyway, 'cause it's been a minute.
Tommy's a
See
good leader.
flares, if you hear bells,
Bells.
stop what you're doing, you follow the plan. Vanessa, what's the plan?
We go to the forest.
To the forest? Do not go to the forest,
Oh,
sweetheart.
no, not
That's such a
Vanessa.
bad idea. Now, young ones, old ones, right quick into basements and cellars.
Right
you
quick.
Lock the doors, you reinforce, shelter in place till we tell you it's safe to come out.
Yep.
For the rest of us, where do we go? Up, that's right. Rooftop, second floors, what do we bring? Guns. That means
Smart.
everyone is carrying when we're on alert. Sidearms, rifles, take them with you. Keep them on you.
Got a plan.
Safeties,
Good.
please. Somebody shot themselves in the leg last week.
Earl.
All right, don't be Earl.
Yeah.
Now, bigger weapons, security team will handle those. For the rest of you, if there's a breach, God forbid, stay off the main street. Last place you want to be. Trust me on that one. Any questions?
Well, we know that's coming though. I've seen the trailers.
Get with the group leaders.
I do really like this angle though. I like how between the council meeting in the first episode and literally this whole like little impromptu morning meeting, kind of quick little like debriefing, we have our contingency plans and all that. I like how we're really showing the community aspects of this town, not just centered around Ellie, not just following her through the town and hearing secondhand stories, but I like seeing more of Jackson, more of the people, getting more of a feel for the dynamic there. So I really like how they're fleshing that out and there's more involvement all around. And it also really gives him more time for Tommy too. I appreciate that. And even Maria.
Spread the word to your neighbors. Let's get everyone in the loop.
Go hug Daddy. Tell him he did good.
Come
on.
Go hug Peepaw. He wasn't great. Oh, where's Seth? Well.
Stay where you are.
Bacon sandwiches.
So last night I obviously had a few too many.
Sure, yeah.
It happens to everyone. People get drunk and say awful shit they've never thought before.
Ellie.
No, that's fair. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have even thought it. I'm sorry. I made you two some sandwiches if you're going out there. They're steak.
It's pretty hard to come back from that. I'm all up for devil's advocate. I'm all up for benefit of the doubt. But one must wonder if he made the apology because he's genuinely sorry or if because Maria had a talk with him. Because that's the thing is like oftentimes for people, but especially men, it seems. Well, I shouldn't say especially men, but like people, right? Is that, what's the old adage? A drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. It's like, I shouldn't even have thought it, but you did. You did. You were drunk, you saw it, and your immediate instinct was not, oh, what a sweet, loving embrace. You were like,
just what this town needs in a church with families, these damn lesbos. Like, no, it's...
Does he actually feel shame? Who knows? I don't think we're getting... Perhaps this will leave it the way the game left it. No further development.
It'll just be up in the mountains.
So curious. Yeah, for those that don't already know, in the game, this is the patrol where, like, Ellie and Dina go out and patrol, and then Tommy and Joel are on their own patrol. But they are really changing it up right now. This is crazy. This is going to change the dynamic entirely. Do we not get the library? Do we not get the grow house? Do we not get the romantic embrace? Surely. Looks beautiful, though. I do love the snow. Dude, it's got to be freezing, bro. Like up there in the wind, too. Worth it for vengeance. Damn, assault rifle. All right. Oh. No. Don't tell me. What would be the odds? Too hard to tell, but I feel like if they're this far out already, bro, I'm not even able to hold the gun straight. I like the cello coming in though. Like maybe I'm digging too deep into it, but the cello is making me think of the theme for when Abby's in Haven.
Fuck! It's traitors! Get away from us! Hang on, we're going through!
Or even like when with Patient Zero. Dude, are we gonna get Patient Zero in this show? Fucking with the just the ominous cello. I'm so excited to see what all is adapted and if my favorite moments are adapted. Well, they're gonna get hit with the Horde, which is brand new with the show. Makes sense though. No visibility?
Repeat.
Damn.
June.
Storm's rolling in.
Go find Amy in the radio room. Tell her to crank the signal. Call all the patrols back.
Oh, too late. That storm's moving in quick. It's interesting. In order to get the action going quicker in this episode and have the pacing pick up and the storm rolling in sooner, we got all the character development and the main dialogue in the first episode out of the way to build those relationships and all that, which, by the way, I'm glad the internet agrees that Isabella Merced as Dina is like stealing the show. She's great. Great casting.
Repeat! Yeah, all right, but I think we're too far out to make it back.
Oh, no.
I know a spot. We can hold up there.
I almost wish Nashville got these kinds of snowstorms. God. See, I love weather like this, though. Oh, the grow house. They changed it. It's not subterranean.
Am I f***ing hallucinating?
Maybe. Do you see a 7-Eleven full of weed? Then no.
Dr. Pepper product placement. Is that soju on the counter over there? I don't like this decision, though. I don't mind switching it up and having her with Jesse instead. I gotta slow down the tequila. Oh, boy. I don't mind them being together instead, but I don't like how we're not getting the Ellie and Dina together in the grow house, because that is crucial for their relationship. What are we doing right now? I reserve judgment. The show's not over yet, but I don't like that change. I don't mind switching up the characters. I don't like that change.
He was my first patrol partner.
Eugene.
One day he showed it to me. Said he found it a year earlier when he was on a solo patrol.
Like in the game. Eugene. I'm glad we're going to see more of his character,
okay?
I presume.
Eugene was a firefly?
Yep. Just early on, though. Quit back in 2010.
How fun?
He said he was tired of killing people.
Yeah, torturing him with Tommy.
I think he was in Vietnam.
In the game, Dina delivers all this exposition.
Definitely Eugene's place. He was a firefly?
They got into some real dark shit. He said he blew up a checkpoint at Denver QZ, killed 3 soldiers and 2 civilians. He also told me that he and Tommy slow tortured some big Fedra general.
That was a raw deal. Joel having to put him down.
Why, though?
And shame.
Was he infected, or did he...
Makes it through a war. End up going out like that.
Oh, are they gonna...
What are you gonna do?
Are they gonna do like a post-traumatic stress kind of thing where put him down like that? I feel like Gail wouldn't be as upset as she is if it was just something like an infection. But putting him out, when they keep saying putting him down the way that he did, seems like maybe Eugene had one too many maybe war flashbacks. They keep saying Vietnam, so, you know, memes aside, the old Vietnam flashbacks, maybe that's what they're going for. Man, how are they gonna handle this? Because the way we're ramping up to it, I feel like we're gonna, like, it's all gonna go down in this episode. Although, actually, Abby doesn't get an assault rifle until at least, well, no, she has the semi-auto rifle she gets. You get a silenced SMG as Ellie in California eventually, but, you're about to, that's kind of steep, isn't it? You sure about that? Yeah, you're about to slide. Oh, I like the game, kind of. Dude, you don't have, you don't have snowshoes on. Hey. Oh, here we go. We're gonna run into a horde down here. The makings of one. Oh, no. Are these the aforementioned? Are there... Oh, no. They're gonna wake up. I do love the similarities to the game. Oh, no. It's like... Oh, no. Oh, no. You better start moving. Dude, low-key, interesting angle. That makes me think of... do you know the movie Tremors with the graboids and all that? It kind of makes sense. Aside from it being like a subterranean network that was established in the first season, the fact that they evolved to the point where in order to survive the frost, they hide under their own and kind of hibernate. But of course, they're ultra sensitive to sound, right? So they would hear the vibrations, whether it's crunch of snow or the sound of walking on the ground. They would hear that and it would cause them to stir. So it makes sense both for the physiology of a clicker, but also just do like literally like Tremors. Oh my god. Yeah, like the game, like the game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All the Last of Us haters are cheering right now. Oh, Last of Us Abby haters, rather. That's the ski lodge, right? Oh god. Go for the ladder. Oh god, climb. Adrenaline, adrenaline. World War Z. So close. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep moving. Oh, the fence. Oh, the fence scene. Look at that. They're gonna go. Oh my god. Start crawling. I know they're gonna grab your hat. Oh my god. Keep going. Keep going. As long as I don't take my... Oh, gnarly. Oh my god. Claustrophobia. Dude, even better, honestly, in the show here. Oh god. Don't worry. Savior coming in 5, 4, 3, 2. How did he know? Oh, damn. Crazy, right? Crazy.
Give me your hand! That way!
Oh, I'm not ready. But just solo? Where's Tommy? What a choice. I don't know if I like this choice. But Dina's there instead?
Up here! I'm coming, I'm coming.
Oh. Instant realization. Oh, she lost her sidearm? I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go for now. I'm gonna see how they, because this is, they weren't kidding, dude. They weren't kidding. There's some major changes, but you know what? Let's let it ride, boy, let it ride. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do with it. Benefit of the doubt. That's what this is for.
Back to Jackson? It's too far. We'll freeze before we get halfway.
I'm aware. I'm thinking.
The lodge. My friends are holed up in a lodge halfway up the mountain. Not far. If the infected are down here, maybe there aren't any more up there.
Good enough.
And it's all we got. Are your friends armed?
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna need them.
God. Dude, the hordes are no joke.
Range is pretty compromised.
You heard from all of them, right? They're on their way back?
We're taking shelter.
Well, cool representation,
Except Joel and Dina.
though. Oh, no.
Are they?
He said, what now?
I don't know.
It's my god brother.
They're not responding.
He's my goddamn brother.
Oh, boy.
Copper Mine, come in.
Joel, answer the goddamn radio!
Nope, no shot. And you can't leave your post, buddy. Too dangerous. You gotta stay here, defend the town.
Jesse,
Uh-oh.
What?
check it.
Is that a scrapbook of patches? Oh, the gas.
make this?
The gas mask balm.
I'm taking this with me.
Nice.
No, you're not.
Where's Crash Bandy's cooch, huh?
Smash Brandy's cooch. Are these? It's porn. Interesting taste, Eugene.
Ah. Still gonna be brutal, but
Repeat.
Joel and Dina. All right. How would you even know where to go? And the same horde's gonna hit Jackson. Well, there's the growth in the pipes they're about to see. Oh, spores. Is this when spores are gonna... Wait a second. Oh, there's the fungus. Don't tell me that the introduction of spores is gonna be a outbreak within the limits of Jackson. Is that... Because they said they were gonna introduce spores finally in for the season 2. Ramping it up. Oh no. Shimmer's like, I was eating. Jesus. Oh my god. Hundreds, if not thousands. Wakey wakey. Eggs and bakey. That is, oh my god. There's so many. Oh no. Oh, I've been hibernating. Oh. Oh, because the network. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Mother of pearl.
You better sound the alarm, compadre.
Bell! Bell! Hit the bell!
Yeah, hit the bell!
Infected! 5 minutes out!
Follow the plan. I'll check the
5 minutes is generous. Oh. Dude, if they kill off Maria, like if they decide to do that, or their child, like, that'd be wild. All bets are off. Oh no. There's only so much that I can predict. Oh, see, this is great though. Yeah, they got defenses in place. It's very nice. All this is for the sake of the show and for the people watching the show. That's what I told you when I talked about it in the trailer. My predictions was that increasing the scope of it as an adaptation, like more. I mean, we saw the explosions on the outside of the wall, fending off the horde, raising the stakes, and all this, trying to make more of a spectacle for the audiences at home. But it also was fitting. It makes sense that this could happen to Jackson in this capacity. We're just taking what happens in the second game, but like cranking the dial up. Number of infected, the scope of things, the magnitude of it all, and we know there's going to be at least one bloater that shows up. Bam! Oh, multiple units? That's smart though. Fireworks. Is that Seth? Am I crazy? Was that Seth? Oh, smart. Look at that. Oh yeah, barricading the door with vehicles. Dude, good luck. We know they breach.
Dear God in heaven.
The Battle of Jackson. Jackson's last stand. Take your pick.
Jackson, hold!
Hold fast!
Hold fast!
Get medieval on their asses. Oh my god. Now's the time. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Oh, boom. Look, props to them. They had defenses ready. He's a good commander. Obviously, he was in the military. Or Fireflies. Hey, it's gonna be effective. Thin the herd out a little bit. Do what? Oh my god. There we go. I mean, the walls are holding. The walls are holding. Now, come on. World War Z, they're stacking up.
I have to go back.
We won't make it.
If I don't make it, I don't make it.
We're almost there. The lodge is just up ahead. It's like a minute.
Dude.
We've got blankets, ammo. My friends can help you get
The
back.
snow and ice, freezing
We
his
can
beard
fight.
off.
Fast!
Abby, smart but conniving. Play some Game of Thrones right now. Diverting where? They find an entryway? They find a weakness in the wall? Oh, I heard that. There's the bloater. No, I hear a bloater. I know that roar anywhere. My PTSD is kicking in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Tommy, you brave boy. A whole squad of flamethrowers? Oh, dude. And vehicles? Oh my god. Yeah, we've upped the budget, baby. Has Mark Milot ever directed like a war, like a siege scene? Yep, lore accurate bloater. Dude, I swear to God, if they kill off, they better not kill off Tommy in the show. I swear, they can't. Oh my God, cowards, cowards! You stand and fight for Jackson, damn it. Either run and die or you fight and die. One of the two. Brave man. Oh no. Oh my god, Tommy. Dude, Tommy's gonna go down. There's no shot. You leave Maria alone. No. My wife! Oh, my wife! I swear. Oh. You better not. I swear to God, you better not. Oh, dude, what a badass. Oh, I know that sound. Then it charged you. All you gotta do is run and hope. When did he get hit on the head? I like this addition though. He's gonna go toe to toe with the bloater. Stand and fight, got no choice. Oh my god. Keep on, just keep on, keep on. It's no, don't you dare, don't you dare. Hey, it's the same sound as in the game too. Please. Oh my god. It's the strat, it's the strat. Oh my god. Maria's gonna show up and save him at the last moment. Oh no. He's weak, he's weak. And Maria. Oh. Dude went toe to toe with the bloater and survived. Oh, Maria. Now Maria. Oh, the dogs? Hey, dogs are gonna help. Look at that. Release the hounds.
Release the hounds.
Pandemonium, chaos. Fighting to the last bullet. Good soldier over here. Hey, back up. There you go. Oh, you be careful. The day's not won yet. We're cheering now. Wait till Seattle. Well, that's a cool addition, but still.
Abby!
Oh my god. The episode's not over yet. Dude, they're barely moving. They're actively freezing.
See, just a little frostbite on your wrist, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, Mel's a doctor.
Easy.
All right, that
I'm gonna
tracks.
raise your body temperature up slowly, okay?
Oh god. Literal frostbite.
Who are you? Hang on. I gotta jump on this, or you're gonna lose skin.
Okay, everybody grab blankets.
You're gonna lose
ammo,
skin?
weapons
Oh
you have.
my
We're heading out in
god.
3 minutes. Tommy, come in. Do you copy?
Her name's Dina.
Jackson, come in.
And that's...
Jackson.
And he is Joel.
Jackson, do you copy? Does anyone copy? Any patrols? Anyone? Tommy, if you can hear me.
Joel.
We're not gonna hurt her. Not if you cooperate. We're just gonna put her to sleep for a while.
They are
You wanna rob us? Fine. Take what you want.
Do we look like raiders to you?
major differences here. I'll be quiet though.
What do we look like?
Is that a smirk I see?
Military. Fireflies.
Used to be. Haven't you heard? There are no more fireflies. They're all gone.
Yeah, somebody took them all out. That's much more humane than...
Get that shit away from me. This is going to put you to sleep. This is going to put you to sleep for 1 hour. That is all. I promise. I promise.
I couldn't risk bashing Dina in the head, huh? Oh, but Tommy.
You actually are pretty handsome. Congrats on that.
I don't like the extra dialogue, personally.
I'm gonna give you one chance to tell the truth, Joel.
Why don't you get through whatever speech you rehearsed?
Shut up!
Get this over with. You don't get to rush this, old man.
Where was the last place you saw the fireflies?
Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake.
At least you're honest.
They really are just gonna spell it all out, aren't they?
I saved your life.
What life?
Well, there we go.
Tourniquet him.
I remember seeing the golf bags earlier. I didn't even clock it. They were in the corner, weren't they? The clubs. The knee does not look as bad as it did in the game, though. That's bad, but that's not as... Oh my god, dude. I feel... They're like downplaying it so much. Put it to sleep gently. Kneecap him. But like, dude, in the game, his knee's fucking gone. Like, it's...
I guess you probably have to be killing all those people. Do you know how many you killed that day? Did you count as you went, or I guess maybe it just didn't matter?
There's so much more Gab right now. Why?
18 soldiers and 1 doctor. An unarmed doctor. You shot in the head.
Thanks for the flashback.
Yeah, that was my dad. The nurses said you barely even looked at him when you pulled the trigger.
I get why they're doing it this way. It's for the mass
And then
audiences,
you
but
just
still.
walked right past his body and out the door. I was 19.
Is he gonna apologize? Gonna get a chance to?
I've been in a militia for 5 years now. Seattle. I'd warn you not to go there, but little chance of that. Our commander trained us to follow a code. We don't kill people that can't defend themselves. And right now, that's you. But I am going to kill you.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter if you have a code like me, or you're a lawless piece of shit like you. There are just some things everyone agrees are just fucking wrong.
Oh. Oh, dude, Andrew Ryan was staying up here, huh? I'm only laughing because, oh no. Oh my god, yeah. I saw her on Instagram practicing her swing.
I have waited
No,
so...
just shut the f up and do it already.
Alright, close enough. That's the thing. I'm waiting till the scene ends before I put my commentary in. He's accepted his fate, though. I had one last conversation with my surrogate daughter. You don't get to rush this, old man.
Stupid old man.
You don't get to rush this. Whack.
You don't get to rush this.
Man, there you go. At least they're going for this. This is one of those things where it's like, oh, that's kind of gonna end the episode too. I know what like close enough, but for me, it lacks the punch and the brutality of the original. Man, like this is, see, coming from a guy who like wants to love this as an adaptation and what they're doing, it like is frustrating almost to have to like admit it, but I prefer the original. I really do. As an adaptation, I think that, okay, I'm gonna save all my notes for the end, but in terms of that scene right there, like the change of like setting, and like it's like a lot brighter than the original, and it's different, and I'm so sorry, excuse me. Like what's so like brutal and effective is that it's him and Tommy. Like Dina is nowhere near that, and the whole how it transpires with they're in there, and then the tension ramps up, and it's, I get why they're being so, the lack of subtlety is getting under my skin a little bit. I get why they're being so transparent and forthcoming. Because again, my crackpot tinfoil hat theory is that this is the adaptation for the audience. We're doing this for the sake of the audience, right? We're trying to spell it out. They are really trying to cushion the blow for the people at home that are only seeing the show and have no context for the game, because the game happens and there's so much like you figure it out eventually, but it's the seemingly meaningless brutality of this happening from an unknown group by a person who clearly has a vendetta against Joel Miller, but you don't know why. But you know whatever it is, it's strong enough to compel this person to commit this atrocity of torture and eventual murder, right? But in this, they're like, from the word go, they spelled it out. They told you why she's doing what she's doing, and I don't like that decision. I really don't. It all looks great. I don't get it twisted, by the way. I think that I almost called her Carol Danvers again. Caitlin, I'm gonna keep forgetting her name, but the actress is doing a great job. She's great. I so far like embodying the pain of Abby, but it's the writing, it's the fact where that scene is so effective in the original, because the whole thing happens where it's like, oh yeah, it's like y'all act like you've heard of us or something. Oh, they have. Boom, takes out his knee, like takes out, doesn't just like wound his knee, like in the game, like his knee's gone, like blows his knee off, and then Tommy whack whack whack, just like almost like cracks a hole in his skull. Tommy's down. It's brutal. It's visceral. We're not in that upper room. We're in the basement. We're in this dark basement where I love the setting of the scene in the game, because it's this like, it's subterranean, or at least it feels like it's subterranean, because we're in the middle of winter, right, in Jackson, Wyoming. So the snow has accumulated and it's pooling against the windows, almost making another wall entirely. The light is barely able to permeate this room as he's dragged up against this wall, and like the darkness with a little bit of light coming in, just enough to illuminate our cast. And it's just the brutality of like his tourniquet, and then like she starts to kind of like, she comes down, she squats, she's like, Joel Miller, all you know about this woman. She knows Joel's name. Why is she here? It's like, and then Joel's like, who are you? And she's like, guess. And he just looks around. He surmises his fate in that moment. And he says, whatever speech you rehearsed, like, just get it over, get this over with. And then she's like, you don't get to rush this. And we cut right away. And there's still the unknown factors. There's the brutality of it. It's the fact that it all hinges. That's what we're missing, man. That's what is kind of like upsetting me, is that part of what drives that whole plot of revenge in the second game is that you don't know why. You only know Abby exists, and you know that Joel did something to her that's bad enough to warrant her torturing and murdering him for it, right? I'm sorry if this is a rant, but it's, and then that's the big reveal, is like, you spend the whole game playing as Ellie, then have the big confrontation in the theater, and then boom, the coin flips, the side switch, the time is turned back 3 days, and all of a sudden you're like Abby, and you're like, why the would I want to play as this woman? And then you learn, and then it clicks, and you're hesitant at first. You're like, why? All right, well, it makes sense why she did what she did, but why would I, like, you're so already bought in to the Joel and Ellie relationship. You're like, okay, I see why she did what she did, but is it justified though? Why should I care? And then you're almost forced to, you're not almost, you're forced to then play through the same timeline as her, as you then start gaining the characters and the context. You learn about her and her life. You go on a journey so eerily parallel and similar to that of Joel Miller as the game progresses, that by the time you finally reach that theater again, you're like, I don't want to do this. You like, I don't know. Again, I call the game a barometer for empathy, because then you start to realize, like, look, these are all just people. It's the cycle of violence, the cost of revenge. It just continues, and the blood for blood for blood. When does it stop? And the fact that, like, I'm gonna reserve final judgment till I see the season end and eventually see how they chose to end it. But I really, like, this is not a dig at the actor. She's doing a good job, but the power of that scene for me is the fact that, yeah, she probably had a speech reserved, which now we see in the TV show right here, but it's even more effective. It's so much more effective and brutal, and paints her in a villainous light from the word go, when she just shows up, does it, and before she can even have her big speech that she gets to have in this show. In the game, it's just like, he's like, yo, whatever speech you had, just do it. He immediately accepts his fate, like, so be it. I get it. I've done some bad things in my life. Okay, this is it. Jig's up. It's a fair cop. This is the end. I'm sure I hurt you too, but whatever, just say your piece, do me in, and then go on from there. But instead, we get the speech, and they have this whole, like, well, I guess you didn't realize how many people you killed. All those people, all the things you did. My father. Like, spelling it out. I get why they did it. And my opinion is they did it for the sake of a wider audience of people who, I don't know, don't pick up on like subtext and subtlety, or it would be, I guess they just don't want to be hated. They don't want to do the same thing the game did, right? Which is divide the fan base. Although I don't think the fan base would have been as divided had those leaks not happened, but so be it. But I don't like that change. And then like Dina to be there instead of Tommy, and then to like peacefully put her to sleep. I mean, the brutality is not over, right? Like, we're still not there, but in terms of how that scene, how this sequence is being executed, it's still that gut, like, it still feels bad. The emotion of this scene is still getting me, and the final gut punch is coming up. And then they cut the whole, like, oh my god, talk about, like, I love the Ellie and Dina relationship, and I'm glad they built it up in the first episode, because the fact that we didn't get that scene, we don't get them on patrol, falling back to the, finding a library, seeing it's Eugene's hole, finding the grow house in the basement, and having a little romantic entanglement, which also feeds into her guilt of, man, if I hadn't been with Dina, maybe I would have been there sooner to help out Joel. Because already the whole ideology of it is that her pursuit of vengeance and revenge is built around guilt. It's the guilt of all those years that I spent harboring resentment for him. And then we finally make amends, and boom, he's taken away from me. And all those years that I could have spent with him, I spent resenting him. And part of that guilt and regret is what fuels her. Like, don't get me wrong, as a show in a vacuum, this is still good. And I don't get it twisted. I still think, like, as an adaptation, I don't like the decisions they made, as somebody who is as big of a fan of the game as I am. That's my personal take. As a show, this is still a really great episode. It's a great episode. It's still intense. It's still the Battle of Jackson. Tommy's bit with, defending Maria and the dogs in the town. Cool, great addition. I mean, it takes away from the herd pursuing Joel and company, like pursuing Joel and Tommy and Abby. It's a cool addition. It's still effective in getting the plot across, and it still has the emotional weight that it's supposed to have, I suppose. But as an adaptation, all right, let's see how Bella Ramsey handles this. Are they going to see her coming? Is anybody keeping an eye out? Nobody. Oh my god, she's getting in there with her fists. She's literally
Abby.
beating him to death.
Abby!
But I get why they did it. They're trying to make it a bit more digestible. But you shouldn't hold your audience's hand like that. Come on, man. You should put the fact that they had the balls to put the audience through the emotional paces beat for beat that season 1 did, like losing Sarah in that beginning, that same gut punch we all felt back in 2013. You're introduced to Joel and his daughter, and then within the opening scene, she's murdered and dies, and we all, like, dude, I'm getting like teared up just thinking about it now, but like, You'll allow all the gut punches of that season to play out almost verbatim the way they're supposed to, but then you're gonna deviate in the symbol. Like, it's not the same level of gut punch. Like, come on. They literally turn it upside down instead of hearing it below in the basement and going down there, which makes more sense as a descent. It's an ascent into the light. All right, sure. Oh god. Oh, clipped somebody. Who'd she shoot? Oh.
No.
Joel!
Oh.
Joel, get up. Joel, get up. Joel, get up.
End it.
Or I will.
Get up. Get up. No.
Or is she gonna stick it in his head? That's different.
Please don't. Please don't do it, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, I showed it. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. You're all gonna f***ing die.
Still sad, but
Fucking pendejo.
oh, you're not gonna spit on him? No, I don't. Oh, the song from the first gameplay trailer. That's fitting. Oh, and Ashley Johnson's seen in it too.
In my mind, my gun.
I'm gonna find and I'm gonna kill.
Every last one of them.
You've only perpetuated the cycle, Abby. That was sad in its own right, but I do love the choice of incorporating this song though, this track. Sung by Ashley Johnson. Oh, damn. To survive the battle but be bitten. Oh, wait till Tommy hears the news. That got me though. Emotionally supporting her husband like that. Downer episode 2 in. And so begins the true journey of Last of Us Part 2. Well, if you didn't know, you know. Oh, it's gonna be quiet with the credits roll. You just hear the just the wind blowing. I mean, I know what's to come. Although at this point, who knows, right? How are they gonna show it?
It's okay. You're in the hospital.
Oh. Damn. Yep, his smell. Just like the game. I appreciate that. Oh.
I know their names, and I know where they're from.
The girl with the braid.
Abby.
And so begins our descent. So begins our descent. Okay. How am I gonna articulate all this, man? I got so many thoughts.
Okay. Big breath.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what just happened.
Gotta prep all the audiences at home that can't handle brutality, apparently. Or so the showrunners think. Dude, 2 episodes in, bam.
I remember.
It's just like Connor's wedding.
Holy like, this is crazy.
I read the script and I thought to myself, this might be impossible. There must be a new draft coming out where it's all shaved down. Not only did that never happen, it only grew. Every single person in every department was tested to the limits. And I kept telling myself
impressive.
in my head, if we do this right, this will be some legendary television.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
This episode starts with the hint of an approaching storm. Bad weather comes in lots of forms, and we're going to be dealing with bad weather throughout this season.
It was crazy shooting on that mountain in a real blizzard.
Oh, a real blizzard? Oh my god. Oh,
it's
that's
also
gonna
something that can inform you so much in the playing of it.
Yeah. Talk about method
When
acting.
little is left to the imagination. It just really helps just be in the world.
In the game, we talk about how Jackson at times has been under different attacks.
We thought we had an opportunity to create even more of a sense of vulnerability, that it wasn't simply Joel or Ellie or Dina who was in trouble.
And I do like that. I will stand by my personal opinion, my assessment of that. I love that addition because it expands on Jackson, the people that are in it, the community, fleshes it out. That's a really, great, cool sequence to add in, especially Tommy going toe-to-toe with the bloater. That's all cool. As an addition through the adaptation, love that.
Everyone was in trouble.
During the invasion of Jackson, we are overwhelmed by this horde of monsters. And then as you have to encounter these stronger and stronger foes, there's an escalation in your own firepower.
Our bloater for this season is bigger and badder, and to
Was it
have
practical?
a one-on-one fight with Tommy with a flamethrower, I mean, those are just epic things.
It was
that we
great.
dream of.
Yeah, I loved it. It's great.
The great thing about television and filmmaking and why so many of us work in very unpleasant conditions is the teamwork. When I heard that Caitlin had been cast as Abby, that was just such an exciting piece of casting to me, and again the opportunity to work with an actor who I have such admiration for.
Meeting Caitlin was amazing, and it's very ironic that something so violent and tragic between its characters can immediately bond you to the actor.
I've always loved her. I loved everything she's
Oh.
been in, and it just felt like a great fit. And it felt like, oh, this will be a good counterpoint to Ellie in the story.
When we talk about casting main characters, what you're really looking for is somebody that reflects back at you naturally what you know you need to see. So we got very excited about this idea, and we sat down and met Caitlin, and she got excited too. And here's a chance to play not a villain, but an anti-hero. She is a force of nature. She will not be stopped. And if that reminds you of somebody else in our story, another young woman, well, yeah, that's Ellie too. And now we begin to see how this is all going to unfold.
Amy.
Yeah, but you're really
Amy,
front-loading
come
that.
Amy.
And before you know it, the weather's deteriorating, the tension's rising, and you can just feel this pan starting to boil over. She takes a risk and she tries to get down to intercept 2 patrol people, and that takes her down into this gully, and we
Through the
are
valley.
off on this extraordinary ride.
In comes these people from somewhere else, and in comes rolling in a storm. And then, as it turns out, under the snow, there's something even worse.
The scene in which Abby comes down the mountain and then gets attacked by the infected. The fence starts collapsing.
Loved it. Great.
She has to crawl.
Great
through
translation.
that
Even
to
more
where
intense,
Joel
honestly.
finds her. That was all done up at Whistler in a snowstorm.
Hell yeah.
And that was really difficult.
Being chased by the infected was really sort of surreal, honestly. The makeup and costumes, everything, it looks so real and it feels so real that when they actually call action, it's like very scary.
Our first sit-down conversations we had with Neil and Craig.
I love the
were about
work and attention to
changing the
detail
look
going into all
some
of it.
characters, such as the infected, so we could portray them in a very cold, frostbitten way.
I
From the
love
minute
that.
Abby encounters an infected, it doesn't stop for us.
I
We
took
have
like
to
no
mix
notes this episode. Jesus.
Real stunts, practical effects with visual effects. I think that's the best use of visual effects.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we're here for. Is
Good-
to
good
really fully
blending.
immerse the audience into the story we're.
I'm
trying to
okay
tell.
with that. Looked great. Looked great.
Some of the inspiration for the second game was, how do we put the player in that state of righteousness or hate or whatever label you want to put on it? And the decision felt very clear to me, is like, we have to kill someone we really care about.
When we get to the moment where Abby does what she does,
There's a little bit of mini golf,
as
yeah.
hard for us to write and to shoot as it was, I think, probably for a lot of people to watch. But this story is about how we all deal with those moments, which do confront us in life. We all think, I could deal with this much stuff. And then life says,
Yeah.
And then we find out what we can put up with.
I mean, I knew that Joel was gonna die right from season 1, but reading it in the script, I knew that it was coming as I was reading the episode, and I was dreading getting to that bit, and I cried. Actually sobbed my little heart out. It's the first time I've ever cried from reading a piece of writing.
I have nothing but respect.
I don't. I shouldn't be too. I shouldn't be too rude. She's young. I'm sorry. I love her, and I do love the work that she's done. I mean, my introduction to Bella Ramsey was through Lyanna Mormont, and true facts, by the way, in all of Game of Thrones, my favorite house is House Mormont. Every character in that house before they fell went out swinging herself included. But I do think it was, I think it was pretty funny how she's like, oh, those scenes I was crying in season 1. She said, I just used the balm.
Do you have a most prized possession?
A tear stick.
A tear stick? What's that?
It makes
Oh,
you cry.
the stuff that makes you cry.
Yes.
It has like a vapor?
It's like menthol. It's like menthol in a stick. And I
Yeah.
knew this question was going to come up at some point, and I made a mental note to myself to remember that it's the tear stick, because it really is. It changed my life.
Why?
Because I was fought it for so long. I was like, this is cheating if I use this to
Oh, I
cry
see.
in a scene. Like, this is
Yeah,
not
but
allowed. Right, and I forced it for so long.
It somehow kind of enhances. It helps you have the real emotion.
Yeah, the tears produce the emotion rather than the emotion producing the tears.
And for her to be like, oh, the first time that I ever cried during a PR. I don't know if it's just PR for the behind the scenes bit, but it's like the first time you ever cried reading something. Are you kidding me, dude? I cried during the John dies at the end. Anything Jason Pargan writes, anything Mike Flanagan wrote, like, makes me cry. But maybe those were real tears this time. I don't know if she had her little balm that she uses or whatever. But
Respect for the level of investment that people have in a video game or a television show or movie or book. I experience it myself, and I've flung books across the room because its impact is so profound on me and experiencing a story. And I think that if it is incredibly painful for people, that's obviously a brilliant achievement of the storytelling.
Getting to do that.
That's the point of art, by the way. Art is meant to provoke. I believe, like, if you were forced to define what art is something that's meant to provoke emotion or response in that regard. And that's why, I mean, that's what the whole point of Last of Us Part 2 is. It's like a constant series of provoking of emotion. But yeah, no, I agree. I got to go back and watch my playthrough. I think a lot of you already have, quite a few of you, but my original playthrough for the game, that bull, because I didn't read any of the script leaks. I knew nothing going in. I had a feeling something would happen because we knew Ellie was the main character of part 2, but to know exactly what happened and the nature of it and the suddenness with which it happened, like how soon into the game that it actually happened, like no clue. I had no clue. It floored me. Every emotional moment in that game, including what's to come. Like, oh my God, brutal stuff.
Opposite, Pedro was just an actor's dream. I felt really taken care of working with him because it is so heavy. It's so loaded.
As soon as I put the script down, I was exponentially more terrified of delivering that moment than anything in the battle.
It sort of took on a whole other life and energy just because it sort of digs the knife in a little bit deeper.
Once Joel dies, we wanted to sort of take a breath and we wanted to feel the space for the first time and the loneliness and the emptiness. We had a crane for one shot because so much of it is just this intimate exchange between people.
Quite early on, in early production meetings with Craig, he said, this is the most important makeup of the season. Don't screw it up. So pressure was on.
I will say regarding makeup, regarding how he looks in the game versus how he looks right here, spot on. Like spot on, grotesquely accurate for the face and the makeup of that scene. I will say that. If I were to give props for anything in the scene, props for that. It looks amazing. It looks so good.
So we started with a 3D scan of Pedro, and it was great because I knew I was going to be sculpting this makeup which was going to close his left eye. The prosthetics, we'd have an upper and lower eyelid. Without that technology, that would have been quite hard to gauge before. That was quite a tense moment, hoping that was all going to come together and work.
Wonderful work. Wonderful work.
Walking
Props.
around, like
love the practicality,
representation of your last breaths. It was really interesting to step into a room and see, the reaction in people's faces. And it wasn't one of revulsion.
Surreal.
It was heartbreak.
I think some viewers will start seeing some parallels between Abby and Ellie.
Yeah,
Abby
they're
has lost her dad, and now
they're supposed to pick
Abby
up on
is
that
creating
as the
those same
game goes
nightmares for
on.
her character. This
Neil,
event will change all the
Craig.
characters we know forever from this point on. Now, this person that's capable of such violence,
What's she gonna do
impulsive
next?
Character, what's going to happen to them next?
Okay. So, what is there to say? I don't know. As a show, fantastic. As a show, as an episode, in its brutality, in its scope, in what it did, how it transpired, in a vacuum, the show by itself, great job. Effective, brutal, it all makes sense. I love the way that like the pacing of it and the like you said, the coming storm, the building up of it, how it all went down. It's brutal. It was heartbreaking. I still cried because that always makes it. It always gets to me. And queuing up for the journey, which I assume that we're gonna have the fallout initially next episode, and either midway through or by the end of it, we're gonna start our trek to Seattle, I assume. But as an adaptation, I want to like it. I shouldn't even say they made so many deviations. Like they made the few deviations they made and the choices they made. I felt like it took away from the level of like impactfulness. Is that a word? Impactfulness. As impactful as the game was, I feel like someone like that was like a shotgun blast. I feel like this was like a pistol with a silencer on it. Like it's still brutal, it's still effective, but choosing to have it so the Fateful Patrol is not Ellie and Dina. They didn't get their whole romantic scene in the grow house, in the subterranean grow house. I don't like that choice. I wouldn't have mind swapping out the characters if those are some crucial scenes that you need to have. I can tell we get the porch scene eventually. That I'm cool with. Getting the porch scene is going to be great. It's going to make me cry again when that comes up as well. Cool. I don't like them taking out that scene with her and Dina making love for the first time. That is I'm sure they're going to have a scene maybe like I guess in Seattle, but that's insane. That's like that you would take that out. I like that the Horde attacks Jackson and that whole sequence with, holding back and thinning it out and the final, like Jackson's last stand, Tommy versus the bloater. That was great. That was cool. That was action packed. That was great. Awesome. But like the impactfulness in the original game of it being Joel and then Tommy together. And then I already painted the picture of the subterranean, like with the snow and the darkness and then like Conk and Tommy on the skull. It felt subdued. And we still got there, and we still had the moment of realization when she reveals it's Joel, and they have the whole hold up. But then I guess, I don't know, man. Like in the game, it feels so much more hectic in the moment. They're flying by the seat of their pants. They realize they have Joel in their clutches. Tommy gets aggressive. They have to knock his ass out after blowing out Joel's knee. And with this, it's like a hold up, and then gently put her to sleep. And then, I get it because it shows they're trying to be non-violent towards everybody but Joel, but it takes away from the impact of it. And then again, not a dig at the actor. I think she was doing great. All the actors in the show are killing it. Like they're embodying their characters great. Even I'm all you Ellie haters out there, by the way. I think she's doing a pretty good job. It's going to be hard to nail the tenacity and viciousness and the effectiveness of Ashley Johnson. But as far as an adaptation goes, is the physicality there? Perhaps not. Is the emotion there? I would say yes. The emotion's definitely there for Caitlin, right? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Caitlin Danvers, but I just feel like the gentle hold up and then take out his knee. I'm glad they kept the golf club in, but then also the way the game executes it. I don't want to talk Craig Mazin. I think him and Mark Mylod did a great job adapting this and trying to cushion the blow and soften it for the audience. But I don't think they should have cushioned anything. The mystery is taken away. The subtlety is taken away. There's no subtext. There's just here's what's going on. Here's why she's doing it. The whole whatever speech you got, I don't know who you are, but let's get this over with. And then you still don't know why she's doing it. No, it's the one critique I have of the writing, which is that she just then spells out where she's like, you did this and you did that. The impact of what you did has ripples, and I'm the ripple. I am the coming storm and all this stuff. And I only criticize it because I feel like it just takes away from it, unfortunately. They took out, what's his name? I don't even remember the guy's name, but he's a little shit that has the baseball cap and was seeing what was her name, Leia or whatever. It was the guy that gets his face scarred because Ellie just slashes him across it, and he already is supposed to kick the over. Instead, it's Manny, which really changes things up. I feel like the game is more effective in that sequence because you barely see Joel. Like, you see him being, you know, beaten up. It's a focus on Ellie. She comes in, guns ablazing, doesn't get a shot off, gets a slash out, gets like taken down. You get like Joel, get up, and it's the one bit where you see Joel's face. Abby then does the, you know, the closing bit where it's the whack down, but you don't see it. She doesn't stab him in the neck. She like one final killing blow into his like basically permeating through the skull into his brain matter, and you see like the blood spurt up, but it's off screen. And then the effectiveness of that scene, it's almost like tunnel vision. Is like she's screaming about it, and then the like almost like a tinnitus, right? Like if a flashbang, like a stun grenade were to go off, the ringing builds up to a crescendo. Nothing matters. You barely see the characters in the room that are now arguing. They're saying something, but again, it's what you eventually get as a reveal later on in the game, is the fact that like these characters that you don't know who they are, and you don't know like why they're even here, aside from the fact they came here specifically to torture and kill this one guy, and they're arguing, they're doing something, but none of that matters because Ellie in that moment, she's so hyper focused on Joel and the loss and the pain. Like, I can't believe he just died right in front of me, right there. What's going on? Like, the argument is like secondary. You don't hear any of that. The reading, it builds to a fever pitch, a crescendo, where finally the guy she slashed across the face, one swift boot kick to the face, just like boom, right in the face. She gets a black eye from it later and knocks her out, and that's it. And then they disappear, and she wakes up as Dina and Jesse stumble upon, you know, Tommy's out and knocked out, like bad old, you know, boo-boo on his head. Ellie's like, she's kind of coming to consciousness, but she's barely there. She's just laying on the floor, looking at Joel across the room, just reeling from the trauma and the loss. And then that is so much more effective in my mind. How I give credit to Neil Druckmann on that. As a standalone show, it was very effective and brutal, and it was well done. As an adaptation, I don't like the changes. I think as an adaptation, the game in that regard, especially for that scene, that crucial, integral scene, I think it's a lot more effective in the game. And again, I get why they're doing it. I get why they're front loading all that narrative, and they were trying to brace the audience and hold their hand and walk them through it. But I say, like, as someone who had to experience the trauma of what is Last of Us Part 2, I say that. I say, if you want the full Last of Us experience, that trauma, and the fact that it all happens for a seemingly unknown reason, might I add. You're like you figure there's got to be some justification for it, but you're not sure, right? Like, this just comes out of right field. I know this is quite a rant, right? But like, it happens, and you're like, holy shit. It is so much more impactful in the position of the character as Ellie, which you've been playing as now for the game. It's so much more impactful for this act of brutality and violence seemingly to come out of nowhere for no reason, with no context, and then boom, that's really what kicks off the game. And then you're on your quest to Seattle, and as you try to track down Abby, you slowly find out little tidbits more and more about who's involved, why it might have happened, and then eventually, like I said, you eventually switch characters, get the answers and the context, and then the gaps are filled in after you've jumped back in time. Like Nora, sure, Nora's probably the youngest of the bunch. Nora makes sense. The character of Abby, sure, it makes sense, though I still wish the physicality was there, but I'm still think she's doing a good job. But like Owen and Manny and Mel, they're like kids. They're like kids. Are you kidding me? The only person Joel truly confessed to is Tom. And again, maybe we get some flashback scenes that fill some stuff in, right? But as far as we're aware, the only one that Joel has truly confessed to is Tommy. So, and if you played the game, you know that. But if you're watching the show, you got to figure either he never confessed or he did so off screen. 2 episodes in, they did it. I mean, props. They got it out of the way early, and there's still 5 more episodes to go. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to watch some reactions in the future because I am genuinely curious to see what people's opinions are that legitimately have no context and have no experience playing the game, seen anything about the game, and are only watching the show. But as someone who's done both now, like, again, I recognize it's good television. It was a great episode. I still think it was like really good TV, well made. I love how it played out, the practicality of it. This is me trying to separate my brain right now into like show in a vacuum by itself. It was great. It was a solid killer gut punch of an episode. Love that, sure. But as an adaptation, I think the game is more effective. I think so far the game part 2 is more effective in its unfolding of the narrative and the progression of it and how those key scenes played out. There were some changes made in the show that I am not a fan of. Personally, I'm not a fan of. I still like the show. I still think what they are adding to it and what they are adapting overall is great. There's still a lot of continuity. There's still scenes ripped straight out of the game, obviously. Dialogue straight from the game. Moments and then like expansions and additions. That's all great. That's all well and good. But I've said my piece. So let me know what you think below, please. This one's going to have the most discussion, I feel. But whether, Patreon, when this goes live, feel free to talk about it. But I'm seeing even more discussion and conversations and back and forth on YouTube and such, really. So please, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I love to hear your opinions and thoughts. I don't know if I'm crazy or not. I know I had 2 decently sized, very long rants in this last episode. So I'm curious to hear your takes. I'm still in for the ride. I still love that we're getting this adaptation of the show, the game, sorry. I still think it's a fantastic show, like hands down, but I have my gripes, is all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say. Oh my God, I gotta come back down from that. That's a lot that we just went through. It still made me cry, so props there. Mark Mylod's still a great director. Craig Mazin's still a great writer. I'm going to listen to the podcast. I have to listen to the podcast now. I want to hear the reasoning why they made the changes they made. And low-key, I wonder if it's for the reasons that I assumed and speculated. If you're watching on Patreon, thank you for that extra layer of love and support. If you're interested in watching these reactions on Patreon, they are full, uncut, HD, uncensored, uninterrupted, all over there. If you're on YouTube, it's more than enough. Thank you for the love and support. Liking the video helps a lot. If you want to go back and watch my playthrough, like I said, I have a full version playthrough of Last of Us Part 2 as the game. I reacted to the whole first season of Last of Us back when that came out a couple years back. Just being on YouTube, commenting helps the algorithm, watching all the way through, yada, yada, yada. Oh, the giveaway, right, on Instagram, at MovieMan101Pro. You go on there, find the giveaway post. It should be one of the more recent posts that has The Last of Us tagged in there, but like that post and make sure you're following me. I'll do a raffle at the end of the season. The winner gets a copy of Last of Us Season 2 in whatever format you would like. Blu-ray, 4K, digital, whatever it is. It's my way of saying thank you for watching all my reactions, but also supporting me by following me on the socials. So stay tuned for the next episode of The Last of Us. Have a good day, have a good night, and as always, goodbye, travelers.